Welcome to this LawBank video. This is the final video in our series on sentencing, and today we're diving into aggravating and mitigating factors, those key details that can make a crime seem more or less serious in the eyes of the court. These play a huge role in determining the sentence an offender receives and could come up as an 8-mark question in your exams. So let's break it down. First off, let's talk about sentencing guidelines. Parliament sets the maximum and minimum sentences for each crime, meaning every offense has legal boundaries within which a judge must work. Sentencing guidelines help ensure consistency and fairness across courts in England and Wales. These guidelines guide judges by considering two main things: the harm caused to the victim and how blameworthy or culpable the offender is. There's flexibility here. Judges can adjust the sentence if they believe it's in the interest of justice. Aggravating factors are those that make a crime more serious, showing higher culpability. Here are some key examples. Previous convictions. A history of similar offenses can lead to a tougher sentence. This shows the offender hasn't learned from past mistakes and continues to pose a risk to society. Offense committed while on bail. If the offender was already on bail for another crime, this demonstrates a disregard for the law and can increase the severity of the sentence. Gang involvement. Operating as part of a gang is seen as more dangerous and organized, which can result in a harsher penalty. Gang crimes often involve a higher level of planning and pose a greater threat to public safety. Targeting a vulnerable victim. Deliberately choosing someone who is vulnerable, like the elderly, disabled, or children, is particularly cruel and will likely result in a tougher sentence. The law aims to protect those who are less able to protect themselves. Hostility based on protected characteristics. If the crime was motivated by hostility towards someone because of their race, religion, sexual orientation, or disability, this is considered an aggravating factor. Hate crimes like these are taken very seriously because they can cause widespread fear and division in society. On the flip side, mitigating factors can reduce the severity of a sentence. These factors suggest that the offender might deserve some leniency. Here are some key examples. Genuine remorse. If the offender shows that they genuinely regret their actions, it can lead to a lighter sentence. This isn't just about saying sorry. It's about demonstrating through actions that they understand the harm they've caused and are committed to making amends. Playing a minor part. If the offender was involved in a crime but played a smaller role, like being the lookout during a robbery, the court might take this into account and reduce the sentence. The law recognizes that not everyone involved in a crime is equally responsible. First-time offense. If it's the offender's first time breaking the law, the court might be more lenient, especially if it seems like a one-off mistake rather than a pattern of bad behavior. The idea is to give the offender a chance to learn from their mistake without facing the full force of the law. Early admission of guilt and cooperation. If the offender admits their guilt early on and cooperates with the police, this can lead to a reduced sentence. Early admission saves court time and resources, and cooperation with authorities is seen as a positive step towards rehabilitation. Personal circumstances. Factors like mental illness, a difficult upbringing, or extreme provocation can also lead to a more lenient sentence. The court might consider these circumstances as reducing the offender's culpability, meaning they're less to blame for their actions. So, why do aggravating and mitigating factors matter so much? Well, they ensure that the punishment fits not just the crime, but also the circumstances around it. This approach helps the court balance justice with fairness. For example, someone who has committed a crime out of desperation or under extreme provocation might not be punished as severely as someone who planned and executed the same crime with malicious intent. And that's a wrap on aggravating and mitigating factors. We've covered how these factors can sway a sentence either way, making it harsher or more lenient depending on the specifics of the case. Understanding these can give you a major edge in your exams and help you grasp how sentencing decisions are made. Here is a summary table with everything we have covered in this video, but keep in mind that this is not an exhaustive list of aggravating and mitigating factors. They are just some key examples, but magistrates and judges may be able to consider other circumstances. Thank you for watching this LawBank video. If you've been following along with our series, we hope you feel more confident about the sentencing process in the UK. See you next time, and good luck with your studies.